Hey everyone, Michael here. I thought I would do a little bit more of a deeper technical analysis for Bitcoin for you guys so you guys can understand what's going on here instead of the normal, 60-second short videos. So far over the weekend, we did talk about Bitcoin getting rejected by the 21,888 level. And then from there, we had talked about Bitcoin getting forced back down to the $20,500 level. I was a little bit wrong about that. We actually came down to 20,300 or 20,200. So I was a few $100s off of that. I thought we might try to at least bounce off of this trend line, but we didn't even come close. It was a very, very temporary bounce that led to us down here to this larger trend line that is a little bit more reliable, a lot longer than just this one right here. All right. Now, going over the next few days, what you really want to see Bitcoin do is really try to just hold the 20-day moving average. At this point in time, it doesn't seem as likely unless the NASDAQ can really make a turnaround here. But if you guys go over to the 4-hour chart here, you guys will see that we're actually curling off of this trend line right there. We're trying to make a move back up. If that's the case, our next breakout level, so I don't have too many trend lines on here, would look something more like this. And that's what you'd be looking for, some type of falling wedge using this trend line here and that one. And I would just be using this as a level of support, honestly, where you're just hoping that, let's say by the end of today or maybe going into tomorrow, we have an opportunity to consolidate, break out, then also break out above the 200. So by no stretch of the imagination is this rally over here. It just means that we might have to take a little bit more time. Where you guys might start opening shorts or start getting more concerned here is if you look at the 4-hour chart, you'll see this trend line on the bottom of your screen. If we break down below this, then you guys might start to see some really pessimistic news in the markets, more shorts getting more active. And that's because we're going to be looking at that double top. So we'd have a top here, that neckline right here. And if we were forced to break down below that, I mean, then we would have to retest out the support levels down here at 17,622. And guys, altcoins at that point would just crash temporarily while they're testing. But if we did break down below this level as well, that's where you could see a lot of carnage, a lot of damage. At this point in time, the NASDAQ is still just going down slowly. We haven't had that breakdown below the 200 weekly moving average. So I don't know if there's going to be a major crash before that occurs. But at least at this point, guys, I would say focus on this trend line right here. We don't want to break down, let's say 19,600. That's really the level at this point in time over the next day or two. On the other hand, if we can just consolidate just long enough, bounce off of this, and then break out above the 200 moving average, then we have an opportunity to have our first golden cross with a 50 moving average and the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin. And just to go back in time a little bit, the last time we had that was right here, right before a major crash, and that was because we had a breakdown right here. On the flip side of that, we're hoping to have a curl back up here for the first time in a long time. So, it's going to be a minute here, guys. It's going to be a minute. Here's the last golden cross, I guess you could say, when we weren't falling off of a cliff. It did lead to some nice gains. As far as what we might be expecting, though, on this one, we're really going to have to fight to get back above the $23,500 level. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but at least there's an opportunity here to make some money. Whether you want to short, if we break down, that's going to be an easy short opportunity for a multitude of you guys. Or if we break out above this trend line here, I'd be more inclined to buy it once we broke out and hold above the 200 moving average in the 4-hour chart. That's just me, though. This last golden cross that we traded, and look at that, it had a beautiful move up. The breakout, if you caught the breakout, that was a beautiful move up. You guys just have to understand, in this bear market rally, you guys can't be expecting these monster returns like you would in just a normal bull market. You're going to have to take what the market gives you, and that means having a stop loss and slowly moving that stop loss up, as the trade goes up and up and up, so to speak. All right. If you guys want to be more optimistic about Bitcoin, here's the NASDAQ chart, the 4-hour. You can see that we're having some issues breaking above this resistance level here, as well as this trend line right here. If you guys want to see Bitcoin breakout, you're going to have to see the NASDAQ break out first above this trend line, which I don't think is going to be as important. But we're going to have to break out above the 12,175.98 level. If the NASDAQ can break above that, we have the opportunity to have a reversal and continue the upward march, maybe all the way back up to 13,000, this level of resistance, before eventually getting a slam back down, okay? That's the goal here. If Bitcoin breaks down, then we might also have a double top. If NASDAQ breaks down, we might also have a double top here, top, breakdown, where we might have to go down and retest the 200 moving average here on the 4-hour chart, the 200 weekly moving average. This is where things get scary for Bitcoin, but just keep an eye on it, guys. Keep an eye on it.